2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open is about to start. I'm Luke Elvey alongside major champion Rich Beem in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm pleased to be following this featured group as there are rumours of quite a rivalry kicking off between these two players.
No kidding, Henny. This player, he seems to have picked out Bubba Watson as the man to beat. That's ambitious.
Luke, you know when you think that you've got a player on the ropes, maybe they're in the middle of the trees, in the middle of a bunker, and you think they've got no shot. And then they do, in fact, put it to 2 feet. And then you're really frustrated. That's Bubba every single time. He's that player.
No, you can't out-Bubba Bubba, can you? There's nothing elementary about this, Watson, is there? Can't wait to see how this rivalry plays out, though. Currently 1 under for the round.
The second at TPC Summerland is a par 4 measuring 469 yards from the back tee. It plays slightly downhill, so a strong drive here will set up even just a short iron approach. However, there's a huge waste area to the right, so accuracy off the tee is required. The smart option here is to lay back with the 3-metal and give yourself a full shot in, and also take 1 club less into this green as it will release down the slope. Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? Well, this is some lovely momentum to take into the tournament, coming off a last start win, Rich.
Can't think of any better momentum. Obviously, the player is firing on all cylinders. Sit back, watch, and enjoy it.
This one looks to be heading towards the green.
There's part of about 6 feet coming up.
This for a birdie run.
The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
And now to Bubba Watson.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
He's currently tied for first.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
The third hole at TPC Summerland is a very strong par 4 measuring 492 yards. There's a huge ravine that works right up through the middle of this. It requires a very strong drive up the right half to go at this green in 2. There is a big fairway to the left if you want to tuck over and get up and down for your par that way.
And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Setting up here from about 190 yards.
Oh, look at this. Right down the throat.
A chance for a birdie if this goes down.
Super shot, that.
He finds himself in a share of the lead.
The fourth at TPC Summerland is a pretty straightaway par 4 measuring 450 yards from the back tees. The fairway bunkers down the left and right are to be avoided. Really, not much to this hole. Just be accurate on approach. Nothing like a bit of momentum here, Rich. This one's going for another birdie.
It's a good start to the day. Let's hope they can keep up the good form.
Wow, what a shot. Always nice to have a birdie putt.
This looks like it's got the speed and the line.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's currently in 4th place.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard.
Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. The fifth at TPC Summerland is a par 3 measuring 197 yards. Depending on where they put the tees on this hole, ensures the type of club you need to get at it. If you're going at it, make sure you avoid that bunker that's short and right.
Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. Oh, you're going to be hard to catch now if you keep making putts like that.
This player is putting for fun.
And now to Bubba Watson.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. The sixth at TPC Summerland is a snaking par 4, playing 430 yards. There's a big waste area up to the left-hand side that needs to be avoided. If you can position your drive on the right half of this fairway, it gives you the best shot up the hill to a green that is not protected by any bunkers. Lovely rhythm there, Rich. That's going to work every time.
From about 130 yards here, he's got a 2-stroke buffer. Going with the pitching wedge here. You love watching people play the game when it's like this. It looks so easy.
It has been fantastic to watch all week long. This player is dialed in.
The 7th at TPC Summerlin is a short par 4 measuring just 382 yards off the tips. Really, you just want to avoid the trees on the left-hand side because that will prevent you getting at the green, which is well guarded by bunkers and trees. Lay up, short right, a nice little wedge in here, and try and make a birdie.
From around 120 yards here. Yeah, that's a good line. That should find the surface. And he's hit that inside the range.
Trying to get it to 7 under par with this putt. Ouch, that hurts.
Putting for a par now. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot.
The 8th at TPC Summerlin is a big par 3 playing 239 from the tips. A well-struck shot will avoid the gully here, but anything to the left half can roll off the green. The bunker short rider also to be avoided, so you don't make a sloppy bogey. Oh, this one's right down the pipe.
Not a bad play, that one. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And back to the play, shall we? What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 21 feet from the cup.
Oh, so close.
Putting for a par here.
Well holed. Let's move on. Now 5 shots up after that hole. The 9th at TPC Summerlin is a par 5 measuring over 563 yards. Really, the main aim here is to just avoid that bunker off the left of the tee. Then, if safely in the fairway, you can get after this green. A strong shot will play to the left half of this green and feed down to any hole location. A birdie chance, no doubt.
Rich, I know you love being here in Vegas, perhaps for different reasons than watching the golf tournament, but while we're here at the tournament, tell me a bit more about Shriners' impact on the game and this entire region.
Luke, I fail to see what you mean by that. I think Vegas is a very nice, wholesome city that I do enjoy coming to visit. But the golf course is fantastic. It's held at TPC Summerlin every single year, and it used to be the venue where they had the last round, but now every round is here, and I think the players enjoy that. I think they like being at the same golf course each and every day. They get a feel for it, and I think that's why the scores historically year in and year out are so much lower than they were in the past. I think it's a really good opportunity to go out there and make a ton of birdies, but that's not the easiest thing to do, is it? Getting comfortable making 7, 8, 9 birdies around. Some players don't have that comfort zone, and so I'm always interested to see the players that get into that zone each and every day and are making that many birdies to see if they can sustain it for 4 straight days.
Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one. Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert? So after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. He sits in first position. Placement off the tee is required at the TPC Summerlin 11th hole, par 4, measuring 448 yards. The big bunker down the right side is to be avoided at all costs. And there's also a little tree there which might affect any line of sight approach to this green. Sitting at 7 under par for the day. Currently leading. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. And now to Bubba Watson.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole. Well, what a performance. 8 birdies on the card. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. The 12th here at Summerlin is another short par 4. 442 yards off the tips, but plays slightly downhill and leaves just a short iron approach. The only real danger here is the big body of water. It starts around 150 yards short and goes right up past the green. Should find the green here. That's a terrific shot and sets up a birdie opportunity here at the 12th. Good chance this one, right on 6 feet.
This is their look at birdie.
So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. The 13th at TPC Summerlin is a monster par 5 measuring over 600 yards from the back tees. The big hitters with a tail breeze can cover that bunker on the left-hand side. But if you want to lay up, make sure you're giving yourself the right number, because there's a lot to this green and plenty of ways to 3-putt it. Be careful on approach. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Oh, that is simply brilliant. What a shot.
That was sensational, Luke.
Well, that's worth reviewing. Let's roll the videotape.
Beautifully judged. Great tempo on this chip.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
The 14th at TPC Summerlin is a straightaway par 3, playing 168 yards. The green slopes right to left, so make sure you've got the right length of club so you're not left with a long putt. Yeah, that one's looking good. And now to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Let's return to live play now. It's just about 3 feet away. Always nice to hold those for a birdie. Leading by a potentially insurmountable 11 strokes after that one. Not sure why I said potentially. This is quite an astonishing performance by our leader. Their advantage now out to double digits. I'm not sure if the chase back is good enough to catch them. Second shot here on the 15th. Oh, I thought that one was going in. Always nice when you can just go ahead and tap one in for birdie. Still in the lead now after that hole.
3 holes remaining, folks. Hang on to your hats. This is going to be a wild and woolly finish. What kind of rhythm is that? It must be tough falling out of bed every day with a rhythm like that.
The 16th hole at TPC Summerlin is the final par 5 on the course, Rich, and one the players can reach in 2.
Obviously, no hope leaving it short with your second shot in the water at 16. So most players bailing out, hitting it just over this green. If they draw a decent lie, they can chip it close, make birdie. However, not so easy. There's a couple of low areas and greenside bunkers to deal with along this green.
Well played. What an eagle. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Currently minus 15 for the day.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on? Let's find out.
Going with the 5-iron here.
And how about that for confidence? Going right at the pin here in the midst of their rivalry with Bubba Watson. Love seeing that sort of play.
An opportunity for a birdie here. Oh, what a stroke. And another one goes. And with it, an increase of his lead. And now that finds him in first place. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. And a chance to ice the tournament here. Holding the lead, playing the last. Rich, take me through the final approach here at TPC Summerlin.
This green is very long and yet very narrow. It is tough to get the judgment with your second shot spot on pin high wise. However, there's still chances to make a birdie should you need one to win the tournament.
Well, it's fair to say that this player ran the tables this week, Rich, and came up trumps in Las Vegas. Look at your Shriners Children's Open winner.
And nobody on the PGA Tour will be shining quite as brightly as this player the rest of the evening here in Las Vegas.
This is impressive. To win out here on tour is a big deal, but to go back-to-back, Rich, how significant is that?
Luke, winning once on the PGA Tour is difficult enough. To win back-to-back weeks, that's reserved for just the top players in the game.
Well, that'll just about do it. On behalf of Rich Beem, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.